Welcome to our class. Today we will be looking at how to deploy NoahZK uh, contracts to scroll Sepolia. That's what we'll be doing. So I'll be taking you through all the steps, beginning from how to add the scroll Sepolia on as your network, maybe on a MetaMask or any other form that you use. So we begin from there up to deployment, verification, and then interaction with the deployed contract. So the topic is deploying and interacting with the zero knowledge verifier contracts on Scroll Sepolia. So the objective for our class is that by the end of today's lesson or this session, you should be able to explain what scroll is. You must understand what scroll is and how it relates to Ethereum. We begin all the way from there. Then after understanding what it is, we set up a scroll Sepolia development environment, then deploy zero knowledge verifier contract on scroll Sepolia. Then after that, we verify and interact with the deployed contract using our Foundry scripts. We can also do it without the scripts. And again, I'll be showing you all those steps. Of course, we will not end without seeking to understand the difference between read-only verification and the on-chain verification, where you're storing only your logs on-chain that anybody can do audit later. So first of all, let's begin by understanding what scroll is. And I've already stated that it is an Ethereum layer 2 network that is designed to make transactions faster and cheaper. Plainly speaking, that is what it is. So scroll is just an Ethereum layer 2 network that is designed to make transactions faster and cheaper. And it achieves this by use of zero knowledge proofs, the ZK proofs, to validate batches of transactions on Ethereum. And that is what we'll be doing today. So it's a ZK EVM, which means that it's fully compatible with Ethereum's virtual machine EVM. Any contract or any tool that works on Ethereum also works on Scroll. So we just change the RPC and we'll be seeing how that happens. So if you have any contract or anything that will work on Ethereum, that same thing would work on Scroll. The only difference will be the RPC. And through our lessons, previous lessons, and today's lessons, I'll be showing you how to just change your RPC. I'll show you the RPC for Scroll. I've shown you for BES, Sepolia, BES. I showed you for Sepolia and for mainnet, Ethereum mainnet earlier in our classes. Now, if you want to understand more about this introduction, what Scroll is, how it works, and so on, you can always seek a reference. I've added here a link that can always guide you on more details on Scroll. So I just want maybe to go to let's maybe go there so that we also understand just some minutes. I want us to go to this link and just try to see what scroll is, so that you, at your own time, you can always find out, read more about scroll, so that um, the exact facts. So I'm just going to want us to go to our, first of all, I'll share this. Then we go to our browser. Just want to find out more about scroll. So just press the link that I've just shown you, and you can now see about scroll. You can come to, these are frequently asked questions. Is about question that I asked about scroll. And we'll be going through this. When I talk about changing the RPC, I'll be taking you through this. So you can see this is for scroll, and this is for Ethereum mainnet. So they're all here. And what we are interested in is called Sepolia, and you'll be seeing about the RPC. So this is where I'm just getting this information from. Also how to get free ETH. I'll be taking through that process, and it's highlighted here, how to get free ETH, because we'll be deploying using free ETH. We'll not be using a real ETH. And so this is where you get all this information from. If you want to learn about building on Scroll, you can also learn about it. It's also here. Well documented for you. Want to learn about scroll contracts? There's information here. You can see rollups, you can see ETH and ERC20 bridge, advanced bridge contracts, and so on. Testnet ETH faucet. You want to know about it? Again, so what I mean is, if you wanted to learn more about Scroll, you have these documents here for you to come on to interact with them. So just come and interact with the documents you want. Scrolls, SDK, and so on. That is it. So I was just showing you where you can get more information about the Scroll if you wanted to get more details on Scroll. Now, so our next bit is to understand how to add Scroll Sepolia to MetaMask. And the document I just showed you was highlighting for us what we require. So we open MetaMask, click Network drop down, then click on Add Network, then add New Network manually, then fill in the details. The first detail we asked about is the name, network name, then the RPC URL, you'll be using this. Then there's chain, you'll be using this. For Sepolia, we are doing Scroll Sepolia. And currency, you'll be using ETH. And then Block Explorer, you'll be using this. And then you save and switch to this network that you want to do deployment on. So again, let me just share. Let me share the browser once again. Okay, for developers, I just want to take you back to where I'm getting all these details from. RPC URL, chain ID, current symbol, then the block explorer. These are the details you're going to fill in. So what I said is you come here, the extension that is where my MetaMask is, click on it. Once you click on MetaMask, this is what you get. Then it just open. I hope you've seen MetaMask. So it asks for password. Good. This is my normal account. Remember that we're using an account for just testing. So let me go to the account for testing, account that has no ETH within it. So I want this. This is the account I want to use, testing account. I come to here. This is where I have network. Click on it. When you scroll down and up, you're not seeing scroll here. Now, but what we want is to add network. And you're not seeing anywhere written add network. But let's click to custom here. Custom. Okay, I had already added my scroll Sepolia, but I want to show you how to add it. Come to add custom network. Then while there you can see it's asking for network name. You copy it from here. I had already shown you the name is called Sepolia. Then default default RPC URL is here. RPC URL is https sepolia rpc.scroll.io, and then chain ID is 534251. Then current symbol is ETH. Then block explorer is https sepolia.scrollscan.com. So after that, you then click save. Now you have added scroll to your network, to your Ethereum. So that is how you add the scroll. Remember our lesson, we're supposed to go from, of course, knowing what scroll is, and then after that, adding scroll to a scroll network, as that is scroll Sepolia network. And then after that, we proceed to funding ETH to scroll. Because we're not going to use our real ETH to do this deployment. Now, so just going through these steps. This is easy, you can always follow that. Now, how do we fund Scroll Sepolia? How do we fund it with the free test ETH? That is our next step. And I've given those steps. I've said using Telegram, you can use Telegram faucet. And I'm taking through those processes. Remember, in other networks, funding best Sepolia, we looked at how that is done. Funding Ethereum Sepolia, we saw how that is done. And now Scroll Sepolia is a bit unique. different from the other processes we used. This one is a bit unique. We are going to Telegram. There are other ways of doing it, but I find this one easier to use. But there are other ways. So you open Telegram and search at scroll underscore up underscore Sepolia underscore bot. Then click on start. And then you wait for the command that they might send you a link to follow and go to the official scroll faucet group. They might send you a link to go to official scroll faucet group. And I use the word might, if they don't, then you can as well join the official scroll faucet group using this link, HTTPS. This means this is just for Telegram. Then and the backslash, or just forward slash scroll underscore Sepolia underscore faucet. So this is the main group. This is the official group. You can join it directly by just writing scroll while you are inside Telegram. While you're inside Telegram, you can just search scroll underscore Sepolia underscore faucet, then you join. Once you join, you can write maybe start so that you are inside and able to type. Then after that, you can now type this and type this inside, and type this. Here you just write in your address. This is the address. The address for your account. And I showed you how to find the address. But if you don't remember, it also take you back and show you how to get the address. I'm taking you back to our browser. And what I want here is just this MetaMask. And I want to show you how to get the account. So we are still there. We had come to, we wanted what? We wanted scroll Sepolia. So supposing you had added to it, when you add, no, supposing you had added scroll Sepolia to your network, you needed to click on it like this. I have clicked on it. Now, but what is our account? I'm surprised that this time is not coming. It's supposed to be somewhere for you to copy. It seems they changed. Since they changed, you have to just click on it back. When you click on this text, that is not why it clicked. When you click on network, you can see here 9 network addresses. Click on it, 9 network addresses. What you want is best set. No, scroll Sepolia. This is the account. This is the account, but you can click here to copy. When you click here, it's a certain address copied. Address copy. So I think they have changed the format, how it looks like. This is not how it has been, but this is how it is now. Click on these networks. It depends on how many you have. For me, I have 9. So then you go down and choose the one you want. For me, the one I want for this class is called Sepolia. So I just copy. So that is the address. And I will be showing you how to fill it. You're just writing here. Once you get inside scroll faucet group, Once you get inside this group, by just writing this, searching this, you would write drop and make this, is it /, then a drop, some space, then the account you just copy it. Once you do that, you would get directly the if sent to your address you've just written here. So the example how you are doing it is this. Supposing this is your address, that's what you write. Then you will receive confirmation, and within seconds, you receive 0.05 ETH into your MetaMask wallet. We've achieved two things. We've achieved two things and very important to us. One, added Scroll Sepolia to our network, and two, we funded it with a free 0.05 ETH, and we are now ready to do deployment using this free ETH. Now, before we do deployment, we want to set the environment ready for that. And to set the environment, you already have your contract. You already have your project, and your project already has circuit folder, has the JS folder, and has the contract folder, as we've always done in our previous classes. So under that contract folder, you open a file called .env. So this .env, we will store some very important information here. One of this important information is the API key, and the other is our private key from MetaMask account, from our account above. So we require our account. So this information is crucial, and we are storing it inside our .env. And that is what we mean by setting up the environment for deployment. Once again, I'll take you through the process of getting a private key from MetaMask. It's a bit different from what we were doing earlier, because I can see some changes. The way we used to do it is slightly different from the way we're going to do it. Now, so once again, click on MetaMask and make sure that the account you are using is for testing, like mine here is for testing. And so that means that if my private key were to be exposed, nobody is gonna use it to get my real ETH. Nobody can use it to get my real ETH. So we want to keep it as secure as possible. This is Scroll Sepolia. Ensure that you're in Scroll Sepolia, and also that you're using a testing account. Then you come to these three horizontal lines, click on them, and come to account details. Account details, and you can see here, the details are here. But the one that we're really interested in is one that talks about private key. So let's click on it and ask for your password. Now, so it gives you passwords, the keys for all the accounts you have. But what we're interested in is scroll is called, that's what you're interested in. And it's here. It's here, so you can just copy it. I just copy by clicking on this. And it says private key has been copied. As I had already stated, this private key, once you get it, you store it inside the .env file that is inside your contract folder. And that is what I've stated here. I've said paste this into your .env file. And I'll be showing you how your .env file is supposed to look like at the end of all setting the environment for deployment. But we've done the first thing. We copied our private key and we pasted there. And I've said, if you are doing this project for if you may want to add this project to your repository, your GitHub repository, then ensure that your .env file does not get to your repository. So how you do it, you'll, at the end of the day, as we look at this setting up the environment, you'll discover that one of the things you're supposed to do is to ensure that this .env file, it does go to .gitignore, that it does not get itself to the GitHub. So you set it such that it goes to gitignore. Now, once you have done you've acquired the private key, you also want to acquire another thing that is useful for us in .env, and this is the RPC endpoint. We are doing this through the Alchemy. There are other ways you can do this, but I find that using the Alchemy makes it easier. So that is what we will then use. We will visit this in your browser and log in, or if you don't have an account, you can just sign up for the account. After signing up for the account, you can log in, then create app. Click on create app, then fill in these details. Fill in these details. For me, I already did that. After filling those details, you would choose chains and activate services. I had already shown you this in our previous lesson when we were doing that on base Sepolia. This part is the same. The only thing is to ensure that your network is called Sepolia. Good. I think let's just do it. Let's do it practically. Let's copy that link. So I'll stop sharing this so that we go to our browser. And I just want to paste the link we said go to, that is https://www.alchemy.com. So this is where you get yourself. You can see something sign in here at the top corner, right corner, the top right corner. Sign in. Let me click on it. Now, for me, I can sign in because I already have an account. But if you don't have it, there is this part for sign up that you create the account first of all. Let me see whether I can sign in using my Google. I was able to sign in. So you can see for me, I already created the scroll Sepolia. I also have the one we created earlier, the one we've been using. Yes. And for you, if you just signed up, or if you signed in and you do not have this, you can just click on create app, create a new app. For me, okay, create a new app and you fill in the details I've just given you. These are the details you fill here. I've already given you these details. I'm just doing this just to save on time, but I've already given you this. Oh, this one can be maintained as security. These other ones you have just fill in just to make it faster. Then you come here and go down until you get scroll Sepolia and choose it. I don't know whether you went very fast and passed it, but let's just go down, scroll Sepolia. Here, scroll. It's here, just click on it. And once you click on it, you click on next. And once you are there, you find that some of these have already been chosen for you as recommended. There's no need of selecting any other. These ones are already selected for you. Just say create app. Now, once you create app, you don't need to, you already still signed in, and you can see this is what you fill the NNN. I was just filling in any name so that I can remember. But look at this point here. This endpoint URL, is it what we want? Is not, because you can see this HTTPS and then eth mainnet. We don't want eth mainnet. So that means we just change this part. This is the part that is causing it to be eth mainnet, this part. So we change it to scroll Sepolia. So you can just click there and try to write scroll Sepolia. It's already here. Click on it. When you click on it, this changes to scroll Sepolia.g and so on. So you can just copy it here. You can just copy it here. And after copying it again, paste this inside your .env. We are still setting up the environment. So this is part of what we require for our environment for deployment. Now, I already said this is how you choose chains and activate services. These are the steps I've been taking you through. The steps I've been taking you through to create that RPC URL. So now the last thing we require for setting up our environment is Etherscan API. This is only used for verification. Once the contract has been deployed, you want to verify this contract, you require Etherscan API key. Remember, we required to deploy it first, and for us to deploy, we had two requirements. That was the private key from our MetaMask account, and then our URL, RPC URL. That is what we required for deployment. That is the environment we required for deployment. Now, so you now want, after deployment, you want to verify. For you to verify it, the other thing we require is the Etherscan API. So this is not used for deployment, but just for verification. So we add it to, we obtain it, and then add it to our .env. Now, how do you get it? I've given you a link here. This is where I go to https etherscan.io, my API key. So again, you want to go there. Want to go there and see what happens. Once we set up the environment, what follows is easier for us. So let's stop sharing that. Go to our browser again. We are done with this. We are done with this. This one was the URL. So what we want is the Etherscan API key. Now, after pasting that link, you can see it's asking for me to sign in because I have an account. But if you don't have it, you can sign up. For me, I already have an account. And so I can click, because I suppose that my password is already auto-filled because I had already put it earlier. So this machine remembers it. I've clicked sign in. When I scroll down, I can see the keys here, the API keys. You can use any of them. I had already created them. I created this when I was using, when I was doing Sepolia. I created this when I was doing Ethereum Sepolia, when I was deploying on that. It does not mean that you cannot use this API key. API key can be used for any. The maximum number of keys I can put here 3. That is the maximum number of keys. I already have 2. So if I add a third one, I can never add another one. But the thing I'm emphasizing is, doesn't matter the network you're working on, the API key will be this, would just work for any of them. So even this that I had already used for Sepolia, this key here can still be used on Chrome, can still be used on any other network. So it doesn't mean that this is just for this. But now, as I already have it, so I'll just copy and use it. What about you who doesn't have it? You will click on Add. click on add, give it a name. Give it a name. Then you call it scroll Sepolia. Just give it a name and then click create a new API key. And after that, when I scroll down, I find it here. I find it here. So this is the API key, this. I can copy it and use it. But as I've said, any of these API keys can be used on any other network. I already said that the maximum keys I can have are 3. So you can see I no longer have the I no longer have the command to create any other. But if I want it, I can delete one. I can delete even this one. I can delete this, remove it. And so when I remove it and scroll down, you can now see that I now have the command to add. Otherwise, when there were 3, I did not have that command because 3 is the maximum. Now, that Etherscan API key, I've said, is used for verification only of a deployed contract. Now, you also paste it inside your .env. That is the third important document we are pasting inside our .env, and they are now enough. Those 3 are now enough. So this is how your .env should now look like at the end of that. First of all, we had the private key, and it began from there. This is just one continuous thing, only that mine broke down because of the space. The space was not enough, but it's one continuous sentence. This is just one continuous. Now, so that is one. The second one is the scroll Sepolia RPC URL. It again begins from here, goes up to here. And then the chain ID, this one is easy, we're not looking for it, it's just very easy, we have it. From even the documents of scroll that we looked at earlier, it was there. Then lastly, we have the Etherscan API key, which we've just gotten above. We said we can use just any for any network. It doesn't need to have a name. Now, those are enough. But now we say that we'll add this inside our .env, these 2, just to ensure that our .env goes to GTGNOME. That when you are doing when you are sending your document to your GitHub, this then prevents the .env to go to your GitHub, because remember that your .env has important information about your account. That private key should not be exposed to any other person, because then by so doing, that any other person will have access to your Ethereum, to your ETH, real ETH. Okay, so I think we are now done with setting the environment. We are now ready to proceed to deploying. The deployment, we have two ways. So we can do it using our scripts, or we can do it manually. And so we'll first of all look at how do we do it manually, and how do we do it yes, using scripts. So I think at this point, I need to open my project in my WSL so that we can do it together. Uh, so the assumption is that you already have a project, or if you don't, then you can clone from my GitHub. I already shared the link through my message on Twitter and my message on LinkedIn. I already shared a link for the repo that has that I'm using to teach this lesson. You can just open that. So I must see. So CD, I always store my documents inside Rust programs. Rust programs. And then the one that I just want to open is this ZK CD limit. And then after that, I just say code, space dot, so that it opens for me the VS Code. So the VS Code is open on my side. I can now unshare this and share what I have in the VS Code. So it's still opening. So let's give it time, and it opens my project. It's already here. So what I have here is, of course, my README, just the notes I've been using to teach you. My README is just these notes. You can see they're here. Objectives, where to scroll, and and so on. These are the notes I'm just teaching using as my README. Now, so the important thing, we've just created the environment here, our .env, and I said it's inside contract. This is our contract project. No, contract, contract what? Contract folder. And inside that we have .env. And you can see I've already said we have a private key here. We have the scroll, Sepolia RPC URL, we have the chain, we have Etherscan API key, and then this part to ensure that whenever I push this to my GitHub, it doesn't go. Whenever I push this project to my GitHub, ensuring that .env does not get to GitHub, because then it has my private key, which is sensitive, just Now I don't want to expose it. Now, so we want to deploy. And for me to deploy, I said we have, after setting the environment, you just run source space.env. And let me just go back there. Here. You can even get inside contract for you to do that. Contract, there is no problem. Because most of the things I want to do, I've been doing it inside contract. So I said source space.env. And when you do that, it tells you that M contract is now in JIT ignore. It's been sent to JIT ignore. Now, once you've done that, you're ready to deploy, and I just want to show you the command for deployment. I don't know whether you've already seen it, but it's here. You run this forge, create verifier.sol, home verifier. This is the name of our contract. RPC URL, and then you replace this, the whole of this, using with the, replace it with your scroll Sepolia RPC URL. And then you have private key, again replace the whole of this. And then you have Etherscan API key, you replace the whole of this with what you have in your .env. Then you have verify, then you have broadcast. The rest of this is what we've done in other lessons. It's just the same thing. So what is different is what we've looked at in terms of ensuring that you have free ETH. That is the only thing that is different. Ensuring that scroll Sepolia is on your network. You have that network, ensuring. But deployment and verification is the same thing as we've done in our previous lessons. I'll just show you this, how to deploy, and then we end at that because the rest will be the same thing we've done before. Sure, you're doing this inside contracts. So the command I just showed you is what I'm pasting here. I want to replace what I said we replace. First of all, I want to replace the private key. I hope I've copied the entire private key. Private key is here, so I replace it entirely. And then I also want to replace the URL, RPC URL. I'm just hoping and copy the entire thing, RPC URL, and then come and replace it here. Then I also want to replace the Etherscan API. So just replace this part. The rest is okay. So just replace this part. And then copy the entire thing to here and come and paste it here. So I hope I was replacing correctly. It's not supposed to be one continuous line. After pressing enter, okay, so I can see not everything went properly. I'm sure it's because my lines are not straight lines. They're not straight lines. Etherscan API key command not found. Oh, which command did I use? Let's check. Scroll Sepolia. Okay, the rest did well. The only thing I deployed is already deployed. The only thing that has happened, the verification has not occurred. Verification has not occurred, but deployment has happened. Okay, so again do this. Again do this. Let me just copy this. I think there was a just was this API? I think I still have it somewhere. Yeah, so in fact, what I'm supposed to replace is the whole of this. That's what I'm supposed to replace. I don't know where I got that link from. Again, do it. Doesn't. I'm not seeing where the problem is on verification, this part of verification. Because I think I copied these links and pasted in the wrong places. Again, copy the private key, ensure that I pasted it correctly, because I'm suspecting I did paste links in the wrong places, these keys, the wrong places. So this is the URL, and I need to paste it here correctly. Yes, that is now okay. And then I come for the Etherscan, copy it and paste it correctly. I think I was just pasting in wrong places. Then again, now take the entire code. Let's now do it. I believe it will work. Paste it here. I think I was pasting it the wrong places. And I'm sure you must have discovered that. So it has been deployed. You can see submitted contract for verification and so on. Response not okay. Pending queue. Let's just wait and see what happens. Let's just wait and see what happens. Verification is still pending. Okay, so now it's now okay. It has now been verified. Contract verification status is okay now. Details passed, verified. Contract successfully verified. So it was deployed successfully. What I'm missing is the address to where it was deployed. But it has been deployed and verified. So that is how you do it. We've taken you through all the processes. But next we can also do it using deploy.sol script, which I already have here. And I had shown you how to do it earlier in classes when you looked at deploying to base Sepolia. So once you have this, you can again deploy using this is now the script. It's inside the contract inside script. And you deploy again using the same process we did in our earlier class. Thank you. And for those who missed the earlier classes, we have a YouTube link for our classes. And of course, you can also check our repo for this class. I'd already shared. It has all the notes on how to do, all the notes on this, how to deploy and so on. And just try and follow the steps. Thank you.